Hey gang, happy Monday. So, I'm a little bit under the weather today, so we're just going to do a quick update. Kind of just a fugly market anyways, right? The Nasdaq's up about 16 right now. The S&P's down about 12 and the Dow Jones is down 151. So, and we're still in those queues. We still got a couple weeks on those and it had a good Friday and it's kind of just sideways today. Maybe just a sluggish Monday. Who knows? We did remember on Friday we cashed in one of our three energy plays, XLE at a nice 20-25% gainer there. Just an easy in and out. But this morning we saw a good opportunity with oil, right? Oil's kind of fluxing. It pushed over that $70 level for just a tick or two, but then it's kind of pulled back. It's holding up around that low 69s right now. There's the Iran thing, right? The nuclear treaty with Iran that the oil market's a little jittery because they figure if that treaty is signed and it's a go-ahead, then sanctions come off and Iran will be allowed to put their oil on the market. Which, look, there's a you could argue this back and forth, but the main thesis for us right now is consumption, and it's just going to get more. And we saw this morning, right? India is finally, we've been talking about that for about a month or two on this. India's had so much problems with the COVID and they just couldn't get out of that grip. This morning, they were starting to talk about how they're starting to look at easing some restrictions because things are finally getting better. So you're starting to get a little resolution to that. So it's almost like a tit for tat, right? Which are you going to freak out? Are you going to freak out happily that India is starting to reopen a little bit and there's going to be even more consumption and your oil stocks are going to go up even more if you're in them? Or are you gonna freak out to the downside because Iran might be putting more oil on the market? So much ado about nothing, like pretty much the market today. The Dow is down about 150 points, about 0.5%. But we're not in the Dow, we're in the Nasdaq. So we did take some of that money we made on the XLE trade and we opened up one more energy play. And we put this one all the way out to where the Suncor options are, which are almost a double already, out to September. And I'll tell you more about that tomorrow because our members are still buying today. We really like this. We've been watching this one energy stock for maybe about 3 or 4 weeks. And it's something that's always been on the radar. And it does make some really nice moves. So we're positioning today. Other than that, guys, there's just not a whole lot to talk about. It's just a normal back and forth with the news and stuff. For you guys out there following the old crypto folder, we can pop over and look at a couple charts since it's a short report. Let's start over here. So this is one of the oil things we're looking at. Then we got the Suncor. See, that Suncor is holding that 24, that 25 level like a champ, even with oil bouncing around and stuff. And the other play we've been talking about, right? XLE, we got rid of that, which looks like we made the right move. There was only about a week and a half 2 weeks left on those contracts. So if we didn't get out, that time decay would have started hurting us. And then we found another play we like. ET has really been a champ. This one we told our members a few months back to buy it under $7. And also, too, we entered this option play, which is just looking stellar right now. We're sitting at some 12s. ET took it first shot at $11 today. We got plenty of time, a month, 5 weeks on these contracts. So plenty of time to let that work out. The Qs, let's pop on over and look at the Q chart. If I'm not mistaken, I got the Fibonacci here. And remember what we were talking about, right? When we bought into it and it hit a little bit of trouble, we were watching the Fibonacci, right? We knew it violated it, but then last Friday, it just blew right back, got some good new highs within that little channel there. And now it's kind of consolidating. It looks like it wants to move up. So we'll stick with that trade. We just used the Fibonacci on this, right? From when it set up this last high. And then we waited till it made that first low. And then we set that way back to a previous real deep low. And then we just followed it. And once it took out this 50% with some power here, that's where we entered the trade. Now we're close to profitability on this one. Other than that, guys, let's go look at the Bitcoin chart, because this is something we're actually very proud of, guys. For you guys that are following the crypto show, we talked about it when we had that big sell down about 3 weeks ago, right? Where the world was ending and people were just get out of Bitcoin. I lost all my money on Bitcoin, sell all your Bitcoin, everything else. And we called that capitulation bar, right? We set up the downtrend, and then we called the capitulation bar, and we said once we break that downtrend, we should trade sideways, maybe 3-4 weeks, because that's a lot of selling that's got to be eaten up there in the consolidation. And it's played true, right? You see how we broke that downtrend, so now we're in a sideways trend. We set up our bars, our support and resistance, and you see we go a little bit up to the top, down to the bottom, and that's probably what we'll do for maybe a week or so more. It all depends. It all depends right now. It doesn't look like there's a lot of news driving the cryptos right now. Whatever news that does come out positive for cryptos right now is pretty much news that's been digested before. We pop over to CNBC. Let's go see what they're saying at the Kook House. And you see those market, just pretty much what we were telling you about, up down about 146, almost a 0.5% there. The S&P razor close to the to its high, all-time high. But you know what's holding this thing back right now is, and we've talked about it before, what's holding this bad boy back is right there, is Apple. Microsoft actually came and joined the party, right? Starting Friday, right? It got back over that 250 level, and it's been holding that 250 level since then. This morning, Apple looked like it was going to start getting bullish. And then all of a sudden, the skids came on it. Not sure what's going on with Apple. You see a lot back and forth with this right now as far as the media goes. Whether Apple's a long-term hold, whether a short-term hold. For you guys in the investing lab, you guys see Ron's been posting some articles, and one might be a bearish article about it, one might be a bullish article about it. It's just amazing, the tug of war going. But this is also a company, let's don't forget, with over $1 billion, with billions of dollars in their bank account in cash, makes billions of dollars in profit every quarter. That's every 3 months. And they're about to announce a whole bunch of stuff too. I just saw an article this morning. Let's pop on back over to CNBC, see if we can find that. Oh yeah, there. Apple announces new iPhone software and more. Follow along for live updates. So for you guys, I didn't mean to get talking so much, but for you guys that are watching the Samsung Apple war, Samsung came out with a little thing like this. A girl, I guess it's supposed to be like your help desk or whatever it is. And the social media just fell in love with it, especially, I guess, the teenage boys. Not sure what you're going to do with that, but anyways, guys. So look, you scroll down the news, Facebook won't take a cut from creators and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? The meme stocks were kind of an indicator of the first half of the day today, right? They're very, very boring. And the market was boring along with it. And remember what we were talking about last week, never short a dull market. That's usually a recipe for disaster. Tesla, we talked about how Ford and GM's eating Tesla's lunch. Elon Musk says Tesla officially canceled the Model S Plaid Plus. Again, Elon Musk, are we building cars or what are we doing? Let's go take a look at Tesla. We talked about it, how we called it. Tesla will not hit 700 again. And now it's lost 600. So I'm not sure how that's affecting Kathy Wood and her fund over there, but it can't be good at a 10, 11% holding. So look, guys, let's kind of just call it a morning. I'm gonna go take some Dayquil and rest up, so I'm back bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow. But other than that, guys, even just looking over the recording, as I close this, NASDAQ still right around up 13, 14, and it's been doing that. It's been a little red, it's been a little green. in the last hour or so is when the Dow and the S&P kind of rolled over, but it's just not getting that boost. The S&P especially, it's not getting that boost. And don't forget, guys, it's easy to forget that Tesla became a big part of the S&P 500 a few months ago, right? And people kind of were nonchalant about it. But now you look at Tesla's down about 2% today, Apple's struggling today, and the S&P, despite the Nasdaq being up a little bit green, right? The S&P 500 is actually down 0.25%. So interesting how those parts affect different markets, right? So we've been saying it. If this market is going to push up to all-time highs and beyond, it's going to need participation from it's going to have to dance with who it came to the party with, and it came to the party with the fangs. And if the fangs don't lead, then there's a lot of questions to be answered. Anyways, all right, guys, let's call it a Monday. You guys have a great afternoon. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. We'll talk about the position we're opening today as a service in another energy play. Crypto, like we said, if you are a believer in crypto, this is the channel to buy in. If you're not a believer in crypto, this is the channel for you to go away and leave us crypto traders alone. Okay, we're not interested. If I got to listen to one more person tell me why crypto's a bad bet. Anyways, you know, it's a bad bet is Logan Paul to knock out Mayweather. Anyways, that's a whole other story. That's a whole freaking show. You guys have a great Monday. Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. It's been fun as always. Trade smart and keep your patience. Don't forget my partner Samuel's favorite expression from Warren Buffett: the stock market is a vehicle to transfer wealth from the impatient to the patient. So you see how relaxed we are today. You see how calm we are. Well, we're watching things and they're not telling us one way or the other. So we're staying patient. All right. All right, guys, that's your words of wisdom for the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.